Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? My peeps. What's going on, you sexy bitches, or you other pieces of garbage? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph, here for video number 2! Video number 2. On this Friday afternoon, late Friday afternoon, getting close to Friday evening and Friday night, May the 16th, 2025. Thank you all for watching video number 2 right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. Killer of Demons 669. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, in the description box below, where you can subscribe to my other channels as well. And follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Because you miss anything, you need to get slapped in the face with a baseball bat. And made to hit that bell. But if you don't know what SOL means, you need to look it up. And that's pretty much it. And you can leave a comment on the video, or any one of my videos, from the past, the present, and the future, Conan. And, be respectful of my channels, and my rules, because, if you're gonna leave stupid comments, you're gonna get treated like a stupid person, and you're gonna get sent out of here. You're gonna get blocked, sent to the Shadow Realm where Satan will eat your soul. So please do not do that. If you want to do that, go on somebody else's channel, or go do it on your dead channel that nobody gives two fucks about, because you ain't gonna do it on mine. And if you don't like it, well, too bad, little boy. Cry to your mama. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And for our first-time viewers who are just tuning in for the very first time, and you're thinking about subscribing, well, come on in. The water's fine. Hit that subscribe button, and as we say in the business when you do subscribe to my channel, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab yourself a cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. And like I said before, if you like it, great. You don't, there's the door. Don't let it hit your fat ass on the way out, because we don't need you here. Go to somebody else's channel. Block me and go away. But you have a problem with that? Too bad. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, video number 2 on your late Friday afternoon, May the 16th, 2025. Check out my video on my Peter Joseph channel, where I gave my thoughts and prayers and well wishes to good old JR, by God Almighty, Tony Schiavone and the Friday Night Stone Cold. Yeah, so I gave my thoughts, and my thoughts and prayers go out to Jim Ross, who got diagnosed with colon cancer yesterday, and he should be going in for surgery in the next week or two, probably doing some radiation, or I don't know what kind of I assume he's going to do some radiation, or maybe do some other things to get the cancer out of there. And hopefully he's beat cancer once, that's skin cancer, but now he's got colon cancer, which is not fun. And hopefully he can beat colon cancer and, you know, continue to kick ass for many more years to come. He's only 73 years old, so we shall see what happens with good old JR in the near future. That's that. So check it out. Link is down below in the description box. That's that. Alright, we got SmackDown coming away at the top of the hour. Should be a great show tonight from somewhere in America. We got the start of the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. For the ladies, we got Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, Mia Yim, and Chelsea Green on that side of the board. And on the men's side, we have Rey Fenix. We have Jimmy Uso, and I think it's Mello in that match. I forget, but should be a good start to the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. We're 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank, so we're going to be starting that on Raw. We get some more as well. So it should be some good shit. We also got It's Tiffy Time! Daddy! Yes? Yes, why is your voice going so loud and like that, Sunshine? I don't know, I'm so happy, Daddy! Ah! Well, you should be. Anyway, Tiffany Stratton, our SmackDown Women's Champion, taking on, well, her arch nemesis, Nia, Jax. I think that's for the title. I'm not sure if it's for the title or it's not for the title, but they would do battle tonight. Let's see what happens from there. And a whole lot more tonight on your 3-hour cure for insomnia. That is SmackDown. And we got, after tonight, we got 2 more shows to go before we go back to a 2-hour format. So no more 8 to 11, we're going 8 to 10. From June to who knows when. So we'll see what happens with that as we go on. With that, we also got, starting right now, now, we're at now. Everything's happening now, it's happening now. What happened then? I don't know. We missed it. Anyway, we've got the Skankies and the Mets at the construction site in the Bronx, the start of the Subway Series, round 1. Lots of people are there, probably sold out at that construction site. We'll see what happens. Juan Soto's going back to the Bronx, probably getting booed out up the wazoo right now. So, we got that. The game's on, I believe, on SNY. I think it's on SNY tonight. Pretty sure. No, I don't think it's on Channel 11. Oh, it is on Channel 11. I'm gonna go watch it now. So we got that. Alright. So, we got that. Yankees, Mets, starting tonight. Carlos Rodon against, against Tyler McGill. Now, ready, the Mets have a man on first. I don't know which guy on first. I don't know if it's Soto or it might be Lindor. We got Big Pete Alonso with a big stick. So we'll see if the Mets can do some damage. Nope, that ball. Alright, so the Mets and Yankees starting right now on the CW11. Go check it out. But there's Soto. Soto probably got on with a hit or a walk. You know they love him there. Yeah, and then at 8 o'clock, wow. Sorry, I'm watching the Met game at the same time. Soto was dead to rights on a pickoff, and as always, the Yankees, blah! He dropped the ball, Goldschmidt. Oh, wow. He had a big lead. He had a big lead. He wasn't even getting looked at. And so it's like, hi, I'm on second base now. Fucking Yankees can't do shit. They can't do anything. Supposedly they have all gold glovers, but they can't catch a fly ball, right, Judge? Bums they are. They suck so bad. Makes me laugh. Love it. I love it. I want the Mets to destroy the fucking Skankies this weekend. Sweep them would be nice. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But like I said, minus that, at 8 o'clock, SmackDown comes your way. And it should be a great show. What's going on here? Oh, everybody's still talking about Soto. Everybody's cheering Soto on now. Soto's on second base, yay! Yeah, so we got that. 8 o'clock, we got the Knicks and the Celtics, Game 6 at the Garden. Oh, man, I feel bad. He didn't go, damn it, he went. So, yeah. The NYPD is going to be in force tonight, especially in the Bronx, and especially on 7th and 8th Avenue, where MSG is, because, you know, the Knicks are looking to close out the Eastern Conference semifinals, so up 2 games to 2. Celtics looking to push it to Game 7, and a possible job for the Knicks, but, I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. So, lots of stuff happening. If you're in New York, you're having a great time right now. But it is what it is, and we will move on with that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hope you had a great day. It's Friday, the weekend's here. Next weekend is Memorial Day weekend, so final, almost full week of work for some of us. I got, next week I only got 3 days and I'm off. Ah, lucky stab. As long as it didn't hit it hard, but got robbed of a possible double. So it's 2 outs. Soto on second base for Swaggy V, Mark Vientos. It wasn't a tough play, but a good play by the third baseman, Barraza, whatever his name is. So as always with the Mets, when they get a guy in scoring position with less than 2 outs, they don't get him in. That's why they've been losing some games here and there, because they can't get anybody in when the clutch. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I hope Swaggy V gets a hit. That'd be nice. But in that basically that fucking Little League field they play at Skanky Stadium. So we'll see what happens with that. He's gonna strike out. What do you know? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Last year, the Mets won all 4 games against the Skankies. They swept the Subway Series, and it felt good. But this year, I mean, both teams are playing good. Both are in first place. I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. Yeah, Soto got on with the walk. Mets are down in the first. Now these Skankies are coming up. I mean, it's Judgy Wudgy, it's steroids coming up. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, enough about that. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're going into lots of stuff happening tonight with the Yankees and the Mets, the Celtics and the Knicks, and SmackDown coming up in a little bit. But before we get to SmackDown, let's talk about Monday Night Raw. And it's time for your late and out-of-date, very out-of-date, Monday Night Raw review. For this past Monday, May the 12th, 2015, and we are emanating from the KFC Yum Center. That's a great place to be, the KFC Yum Center, because KFC is yummy. I could go for some KFC, but maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow. But in any case, the KFC Yum Center in Louisville, Kentucky. Here in Kentucky, fried chicken. That's where that chicken comes from, Kentucky. With the Colonel and his 32 herbs and spices, or something like that. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so we're coming off Backlash. We're on the road to Money in the Bank. But before we get that, we got some stuff to talk about. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any of your precious time. And that's that. Alright, so as always on Monday nights, our commentary team of the legend Maggle. And for a little bit for the first couple of minutes of Raw, it was Michael Cole by himself, and then Pat McAfee got destroyed by Walter at Backlash, and we saw all the damage that Walter did. But eventually, Pat McAfee did come to ringside right before CM Punk's little ditty. But we'll get that. So great to see our usual commentary team on Monday nights. Alright, so speaking of Punky Brewster, before we get to him, we see an opening recap of last week's main event with CM Punk saving Jey Uso and Sami Zayn from Bloodbreaker and Seth freaking Rollins. So we got that. Alright, then we go to Punky Brewster. He comes out and it says, "It's great to be alive in Louisville, Kentucky." He sees this place as home, so why don't you move from Chicago? Anyway, So he's like, I pissed off a lot of people to the point where it's easy to remember the ones he's not mad at right now. And the worst of them all is himself, because he trusted his former wise man, my name is Paul Heyman. And people, including Jey Uso, tried to warn him about Paul. And Punk though is like, he's fine, everything is cool. Well, not anymore. And he's like, Paul, we all know how this ends because we've all been here before. And he says, when I'm gonna get my hands around your scrawny little neck because you're a snake, you're this and that, and then I'm gonna get the Temu CM Punk Seth Rollins. Ouch. All right, so we got that, and then we hear, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. So the wise man comes out, and Punk goes, come on, Penguin! Come on, Penguin! Where are you? He's like, I'm not Penguin! My name is Oswald Cobblepot! So Oswald Cobblepot comes out. Oh, great, it's Judge. Strike out, Judge, you scrub! Anyway, so he makes his way to the ring. Punk wants an explanation. And he's like, whatever you say would be your final words. And then Seth freaking Rollins and Braun Breaker come out. And Punk says to Seth, you're just a song kid. That's all you are. At some point, the bell's gotta ring. And then Rollins says Punk is the one who betrayed Paul Heyman. I don't know about that, but anyway. And then the reality is that Paul believed in Punk, and now Punk is the reason Seth Rollins isn't world champion right now. It's true. Punk swears Rollins will never be a champion as long as he's on his own 2 feet. So Rollins says Punk will always wants to be a martyr, and that can be arranged. So Braun Breaker goes to the ring, and then Rollins gets in, and they have a little 2-on-1 beatdown. But then Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, the Yeet Man, they come in and they basically make it a 3-on-2. They save Punk for now. So it looks like we're going to get a tag team match out of this. But we'll have to see what happens with Mr. Nick Aldis. Adam Pearce, and see if he makes that official or not. Alright, so I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars, and Judgy Wudgy, what a whiff! Whiff. Do it again! Oh, whiff him. He usually swings at that bitch. Anyway, we got that. Alright, so 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we get a recap of El Grande Americano. Chad Gable interfering to cause Pentagon Zero Miedo on the Intercontinental title at Backlash as Dominic Guerrero S.A. retained, thanks to Chad Gable. Sit down, Judge! Sit the fuck down, you stupid piece of steroid crap! Fuck you! Sorry. Anytime Judge strikes out makes me happy. Fuck Judge! He needs another steroid to pop! Fuck him! You can tell I love the Mets. But I digress. Whiff! I felt the air from here, and I live in Brooklyn. Shit. That whiff came from the Bronx. No wonder. Anyway. Alright, so Pat McAfee then joins commentary after all that. And then we get to Pentagon versus Chad Gable without the mask. And it was a pretty decent match. Back and forth they went, and Goldschmidt got a hit. Fuck. Alright, it's okay. There goes the no-hitter. Oh, wait, who got on? Wait, who got on first? Did I miss something? I know Judgy what? Okay. Oh, somebody got on first? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I know it was 2 outs, I'm sorry. So it's first and second for the Yankees with 1 out. Oy. So is this Volpe? I think up now? Oh, now Goat shit. That must have been Bellinger. Ugh. Yankees got some demons. I mean, not demons. They got some bats, you know. See if the Mets can get out of this inning unscathed. But Tyler McGill had a bad start last game, I think. There we go. Alright, so back to Raw. So Gable declares that Lucha Libre sucks, but you're wearing a mask. Hypocrite? Alright, so they go back and forth for a while. None of the Judgment Day came out of surprise, or none of the Creed brothers didn't come out, or Ivy Nile, or anything like that. Blah, 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 blah. Pentagon cuts up a super kick by Chad Gable, goes for the sacrifice, it gets reversed into an ankle lock. Here we got 2 outs. 2 outs as Goldschmidt flied out to Brendan Nemo. Right, got that. Alright, so Pentagon tried for the sacrifice, got reversed into an ankle lock. That gets reversed into an exchange of rollouts for near falls. Until Pentagon gets taken up top. Gable spends too much time arguing. I don't know with the referee or with Pentagon. It gets knocked down for a middle rope Mexican destroyer. Ow. And Pentagon goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Pentagon. Zero. Miedo. He gets the win over El Grande Americano without the mask. That's Chad Gable in 8 minutes. Match was good. 3 out of 5 stars. And there we go. Alright, then we go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse, where we have the Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Galero, That's Eddie's son. He's having fun. How you doing, Eddie? Oh, Mr. Joseph, how you doing? How you doing, S.A. Beto? I'm doing fine, Eddie. I'm doing good. You taking care of Joni? Oh, Mamacita. Oh, she had a rough night last night. Well, you didn't do anything bad, did you? No, she was just really tired. Yeah, you get those nights. You don't get the, You just treat her well, and we're good, okay? Alright, by the way, Eddie, did you see Sabu today? No, he was hanging out with, I think he was hanging out with Mike Awesome. I don't know. Alright. But you happy with your son still the champ? Oh, my son, the fruit of my loins, he is the greatest Intercontinental Champion next to me. Okay, we'll go with that. We will go with that. Alright, so Dominic Galero is in the back, kind of accuses Fiend Balor, almost costing him the Intercontinental title at Backlash. But then Finn comes in, and they kind of have a little bit of a stare down, and Finn's like, Dom, you're my friend. So we'll see what happens with that situation. And I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we're going to look back at Walter and Pat McAfee from Backlash, with Walter eventually beating the shit out of Pat McAfee to get the win. And then Walter showed some respect to Pat after the match. Sit down! Sorry. So Walter showed some respect to Pat after the match, a little code of honor. You love to see it. Alright, so then they show that, and then Pat McAfee gets a standing ovation from the crowd, and Malcolm thanks him. He says, I'm a little bit banged up, but I knew I was in for a humongous fight. I'm surprised he's still living, still breathing after that match with Walter. Alright, so we got that, so you go, Pat. That's it. Alright, moving on from there. Alright, then we find out that on Saturday night's main event, next Saturday night, we got that tag team match, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker with the Wise Man at ringside. He takes on Sami Zayn and CM Punk. I think that's the first time they've tagged. I think it's the first time they tagged. Can they coexist? I don't know. So we'll see. And if you notice, Sammy, in the first segment, he had a chair. I wonder who could be the third man in that group. Was Roman's, not coming back for maybe after Money in the Bank, going towards Night of Champions, we'll see, but I think Sammy might be turning on next Saturday. And he joins up with the Wise Man again, but in a different role. Not the OG Bloodline Sammy Uso. But, I mean, we'll have to see. So we got that. And then we see Sammy and Punk. They're ready for the match. Though Punk's a little bit worried about trusting anybody, especially Sammy and Jay. So Sammy understands that, but says it was the same. It was just like what happened at War Games when you teamed up to help my tribal chief Roman Reigns. And how did that go? That went pretty well, didn't it? In some ways, yes. So Punk's like, yeah, I agree, and then let's do this. I think Sammy's turning next week. I have a feeling, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, we got all that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, back to the action we go. We have War Machine, Eric and Ivar taking on the Creed Brothers, Julius and Brutus with the new day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston at ringside. I think this is a number 1 contenders match. I don't know, but anyway, blah 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 blah. Match was alright. Pretty good match. Brutus hits a moonsault for a near fall, goes back to Eric to clean house, driving Ivar into Julius in the corner. Then the New Day give the match some mocking applause before Brutus hits an angle slam on Ivar. And then a double belly-to-belly gets a near fall on Ivar as Eric made the save. And then they're about to hit the Doom Salt. It's all loaded up, but then Kofi Kingston breaks it up behind the referee's back, which allowed the Creed to hit the Brutus Ball on Ivar. 1, 2, 3. They get the win in over 10 minutes. So this feud between War Machine and New Day continues on. And on and on and on and on. Look at these stupid, ugly-ass Yankee fans. So, we'll see. I was with that. Alright, so I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to the back. We have Seth Rollins talking to Braun Breaker. It says Sammy and Punky Brewster probably think they got one up on us out there earlier in the night. But they have no idea what I'm capable of. That's Seth saying that. And he wants Breaker to do one more thing before he leaves, and he whispers something to Braun Breaker's ear. And then he says, have some fun. Whatever that means. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and Nimmo just struck out. Damn it! Alright, we got that. Alright, then after that, we go look at Logan Paul attacking Jey Uso last week after the show went off the air. That is supposed to lead up, is going to be official for Saturday's main event for the world title. Logan Paul and Jey Uso. And then we see a little promo from Logan Paul saying he wants the world title. He won't win it, but you never know. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. So we get that. And then we get Jey Uso does his full entrance, and then we have to replay it a bunch of times. But then he finally gets on the mic. He says, I know that I have a big target on my back, so I'm going to get something off my big chest. He says, I've been hearing Logan Paul talk about how I have a glass jaw. Well, Saturday night's main event, before he even finishes that statement, Walter comes out, and Walter says, we met at WrestleMania, and then Jay's like, yeah, I made you tap out, remember that? And Marte struck out, fuck. And with that out of the way, Walter says, I know you're out of your element because you're not a natural champion. I'm a natural champion. I'm going to prove that. The Raw after Money in the Bank on June the 9th, where I will challenge either you or Logan Paul to a match for the world title. Which Adam Pearce eventually, obviously, talked to Jey Uso about. It's like, oh, Walter's going to cash in his rematch clause, whatever. We all knew that was going to happen anyway. Blah, 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 blah. So Walter hopes that it's Jey Uso so he can put him in his place again. So that makes Jey take his glasses off. It's time to get serious. And he goes on a rant about how Raw is my place. This is my place. Yeet. He's going to walk into June 9th as a champ and walk out the same way. And he was all fired up. So, to get to June 9th, he has to get past Logan Paul next Saturday night at Saturday Night's Main Event. So, we'll see what happens with that. So, don't go beat a YouTuber, we're going to do this and that. We'll see. We shall see. And that's that. Alright, so I give that 3 out of 5 stars, and we move on. Alright, then we get a promo from my third amazingly hot Asian wife. That's the Raw Women's Champion, Io Sky. She's all ready to teach Roxy and Julia some respect, but she has some backup in Mommy Rhea Ripley. And we'll see what happens with that in our main event later on in the night. Alright, then Michael Cole and Pat McAfee pay tribute to Sabu, which had to be done because he died that day. So we got that. I mean, the day before. We move on. Alright, then we see Marcel Barthel. He's in the back, and he's talking to, I think it was Kathy Kelly. I think it was Kathy Kelly or Jackie Redmond. I forget who. So he's talking about, he hasn't been on Raw lately. I wonder why, Hunter. Well, then again, he's probably banging Tiffany Stratton in the back. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, Braun Breaker. Then we cut from that. We just see Braun Breaker attacking Jey Uso, beat the fuck out of him. So he's gonna put Jey Uso at a disadvantage. So we see that. All right, we move on. All right, then we go back to the ring with a great battle of 2 former world champions, 2 former members of the Bullet Club. Too sweet for the love of God. Oh yeah, alright, so we have Finn Balor, who came out with Carlito, JD McDumpfuck, I think Raquel Rodriguez, because Liv's not coming back, I think, till next week, because she's done with her film, so Dom Dom's gonna be happy about that, gets his chick back, so, I'm sorry, Eddie, sorry, well, she's a bendeja anyway, okay, calm down, blah, 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 alright, so, they're there with Finn Balor, and he takes on the phenomenal AJ's got great hair styles. Bam. Alright, this was a great match. They met a few times before. I forget what year, but anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Back and forth match they went. Getting to the end, and AJ wins a slug out with Finn, grabs a calf crusher. Finn makes the ropes, but the leg gives out again, meaning the calf crusher has to go on again. And that gets broken up. So AJ kind of hits a sloppy Styles Clash for a near fall. And then Carlito, who spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Carlito gets on the apron for distraction. And then JD McDumpfuck interferes. That didn't go so well. That doesn't really go anywhere. And then Finn Balor gets back up, hits 1916 for a very near fall. And then Pentagon Zero Miedo, he comes out, takes out JD McDumpfuck and Carlito, which leaves AJ to hit the phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3 in under 17 minutes. He gets the win. And there you go. Good match. Didn't really need the interference, but still pretty good. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And one of the leaders of the Bullet Club, well, the last good leader, next to Kenny, of course, got the win. There you go. Move on. There you go, Lindor. Yeah. Okay, got that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we go look at Lyra Valkyria, the lassie bitch from Ireland, retaining the women's Intercontinental title over Becky Lynch. Not bad. in a very big upset last week at Backlash. So Becky comes out and she is pissed. Sits on the top row for a little chitty chat. She talks about how Lyra attacked her character in recent weeks and then gave her the match for her life. Now Lyra matters more than she ever has before, and it's not even close. After the bell rang, after the match, it was an alarm going off telling me how much, I've been manipulated. She's like, I walked away from the crowd for about a year because of the backlash, no pun intended, from the people. And the fans carried her into the main event of WrestleMania because we were in this together. Then something happened because she became a big success, became the man and everything, while all of these people, everybody, all the other fans are failures. And then she's like, one of my friends asked if I miss doing this, me becoming a wrestler and everything. And she missed being in the ring, but she didn't miss listening to the people lie to her. I wonder what friend that was. Was that Bailey? Was it Sasha? I don't know. Maybe it was Charlotte. Well, another guy sits down. Bye. Anyway. So Becky's like, I didn't have to live up to expectations, so from now on, I am whatever the people say I am. Nice little Eminem reference. I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then I would have said I am. Great song, by the way. Great song by a great real rapper. That's Eminem. Then she says, greedy? Angry? Sure. When everyone accuses her of being backstage is what she's going to be. And that was, like, one hell of a promo. Probably one of her best promos in a while. So, Becky is mad, and she's going to make the entire women's division on Raw, step up their game, I would assume. So we'll see what happens with all that. So I gave Becky's promo 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. We move on. Alright, then we get a promo from Rusev. Rusev smashed down a pussy! Yeah! Alright, so Rusev's still ready to hurt people. He's not in the Hurt Syndicate. He's still ready to hurt people and fulfill his purpose, whatever that is. I guess he wants to be La Ledema! And the Yankees can sit down again! Ha! Alright, top of the third, no score. That's the way we don't like it, but, get some runs here. So, look at that. Alright, so Rusev's ready to hurt people and fulfill his purpose. Let's see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to Adam Pearce's office, where we see Akira Tozawa. That's Jack Farmer's boy. What's up, Jack? Anyway, Akira Tozawa wants Rusev, and Adam Pearce's like, no, you're too injured, dude. Alright, that ain't gonna happen. So he's like, when you're better, I'll give you a match. And then you die. And then Sheamus, fella, who returned last week and beat the fuck out of Austin Theory. He comes in and he requests a match, and he gets a match with Grayson Waller. Oh, he did it. So we get that. So that's gonna happen this Monday night. So I gave all that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of the evening. Roxy and Julia, can they coexist again? We'll see. I guess Mommy Rhea Ripley and Io, if they can coexist. So, it was a pretty decent match. Lasted about 14 minutes. We're getting to the end of the match. Get a double stomp to Julia by Io. And then Io hits the over the moonsault for a near fall as Roxy had to make the save. And then all 4 women are in the ring. Rhea tosses Io into Roxy for a knockdown. And then Julia trips Rhea on the apron. And then hits a beautiful butterfly suplex on Io. Ow. And then she hits the Northern Lights bomb for a near fall. As Rhea Ripley, not Roxy there, Cole, even though they were dressed alike. Somebody must have forgot their gear. I don't know. Anyway. So Rhea made the save, and then Roxy high cross bodies Julia by accident. Oops. And then Rhea picks up Julia, hits Riptide. 1, 2, 3. Sadly, Julia got the pin. Or she took the pin, which pissed me off. But what are you going to do? Alright, so Io and Mommy Rhea Ripley get the win in 14 minutes. Match was alright. 3 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, they celebrate. And then Rhea Ripley looks at the title, and Io's like, "Oh no, this is my belt! It's my belt!" So it looks like Rhea Ripley's still going to be in that Raw Women's Championship picture. I hope she doesn't win it back, because, people are starting to get sick of Rhea. Not me, personally, but... And you swung a dirt, Akuna, you bastard. Damn. So we got all that. Alright, so that ends Monday Night Raw. And Monday Night Raw wasn't a bad show, so I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. You can do your own video if you like. Whatever you want to do. But please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it before. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Show your love and support there. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell and hit hit all notifications so you don't miss the next video, which will probably be later tonight with my SmackDown review. SmackDown comes your way in about 13 minutes from now. So, got a lot to talk about tonight. Going into SmackDown with the Mets and the Skankies, the Celtics, and the Knicks. Lots of stuff tonight. So we'll see what happens by the time, at least by 11 o'clock tonight, who wins and who loses and all that other good shit. Alright, I'm going to go watch SmackDown and watch the Mets and pretty much at the same time. So we got all that. So thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, let's go Mets! Peace.